pause the video and try this question. Here we have a 2 blank sentence completion, and the title of this video is It's a Trap, because you have to watch out for a very common trap that the SAT will try to get you with. This question comes from PSAT, but it's the same idea. This is actually a question towards the end, so this is a medium to hard-ish question. And let's see what trap there could be, and let's see if you fell for it. So let's see, the standards that the American Rose Society uses in selecting its prize flower are so blank that even if the blossom has excellent quality, the slightest deviation in shape could blank the rose. So with our strategy, we go blank by blank, we try to put in our own word, we go to the choices, and we see what matches. So for the first blank, looks like we need a word here like strict, because the standards are so strict that even if the blossom has excellent quality, the slightest deviation in shape could something the rose, right? So there's very strict standards here. And even if you didn't put in your own word, you might have gone to the choices and you might have seen, wow, strict. That fits really well. I like this choice so far. Now here's the thing, here's the trap. If you put D, most likely what happened is you fell in love with the word strict. You're so enamored by the word strict that it fits so well, it's a strong word, that you didn't look at the second part, because upgrade doesn't make sense in the second blank. The slightest deviation in shape could upgrade the rose. What does that have to do with strict standards and a competition? It doesn't really make sense. So the trap here that the College Board tries to get you with in these medium or hard sentence completions is, for 2 blankers, have the first word in one of the choices be a word A, everybody knows what strict means, and B, have it fit really, really well into that blank. When that happens, students will often get just sucked into that choice, will get tunnel vision, will ignore the other choices, and will often ignore the second word and just say, oh, strict works so well, I have to go with it. But no, it can't work. Even though strict works well, upgrade doesn't work well at all. So let's go to the first blank again and see what we're looking for here. So complex, the standards are so complex. Maybe. I mean, that could make a kind of sense. They've got these complex standards, so if you have this little deviation, it could mess up your prize. So that might work. So we'll leave A for now. Exacting. So exacting standards are basically the same thing as strict standards, right? Very specific and strict standards. So that actually works. Exacting works pretty well. Liberal, it doesn't mean like politically liberal. Liberal means like not strict, right? So freer, not strict, basically, the opposite of what we're looking for. So that's an opposite. We can get rid of C. We don't even care about ruin. Elemental, the standards are so elemental. What does that even mean? That doesn't really make any sense. Doesn't really fit in the sentence. So let's go to the second blank. Are so strict that even if the blossom has decent quality, the slightest deviation in shape could what the rose? Well, basically, if you've got a slight deviation in shape, you're going to lose. So like, let's say something like make it lose, or something like that. Again, that's not grammatical, but the point is we need something to say that if it doesn't follow the standards exactly, it doesn't win the competition. So we're looking at enhance versus disqualify. Enhance doesn't make sense. It's kind of like upgrade in the sense that we don't want something positive here, so A is gone. But disqualify makes sense, because if you don't follow the standards exactly, you get disqualified. That seems to make sense. So B is going to be the answer. So in these 2 blank questions, remember to always evaluate both words and don't get drawn into an obviously correct first word if the second word doesn't fit. So this one's going to be B. To learn more about Reason Prep's SAT, SAT subject test, and ACT video courses, go to reasonprep.com/enroll, and you can find the link in the description below the video.